What's going on, guys? It's Radigan from Radigan's Corner, and welcome to my first official active monologue video. So today's monologue is going to be from the 1984 movie Garbo Talks, starring Anne Bancroft and Ron Silver. Now, before I go into the monologue, I just want to tell you guys a little bit about the film. So Ron Silver's character, Gilbert Rolfe, is this very easygoing person, takes life as it is, doesn't complain, while his mother, on the other hand, Estelle Rolfe, played by Anne Bancroft, does complain, is very outspoken. She protests for civil rights and justice. So what happens is, in the beginning of the film, she gets arrested and she's always getting arrested for these protests that she's doing. And Gilbert gets a call from her lawyer's office that his mother's in jail. And it's funny, like when he's leaving his office, a person that works with him is saying, like, "What's the matter?" He's like, "My mother's in jail." And she's like, "Again?" And then so he bails her out. And he never understands why his mother is the way she is. And a few weeks go by, and he gets a call from her doctor saying that she has a brain tumor. And it doesn't look good, and it looks like that she's only gonna have a few months to live. And so he wants to help her as much as he can, and she tells him that she really wants to meet her favorite actress, Greta Garbo, who was a famous star in the 1930s and 20s. And he thinks it's crazy, but like his mother's like, "It's not crazy. She lives in New York City." So he's gonna go out of his way to find Greta Garbo, and this is gonna take a toll on his marriage, his job. And he's gonna look for all these people who are associated with Greta Garbo, and he goes, he finds out where she lives, her apartment building, and so he's gonna do all he can to, try to talk to her, because she was very quiet person. She did not she kept away from interviews. She kept to herself, so she was very private. So he goes to her apartment building, and he's trying to find a way to get in, and so he pretends to be a delivery boy. He gets a job at a delicatessen because that's where she gets her food, and so he's doing all that he can just to find her. And so at the end of the film, he finally meets her and finally finds her, and introduces her to his mother. And so, to cut the story short, at the end of the movie, it's like he almost has a new respect for life because of his mother, and that he finally realizes that, his mother was right, almost, because he never could understand why his mother was the way she was, a very outspoken, and he was very, he was very different. He wanted to be different from his mother, but he realized that, there was nothing wrong with who she was, and so he has to go. So what he decides to do is, because with his job, in the beginning of the film, he finds out that his office got moved. And the reason why his office was moved was because, he was a very easy person to work with. So his boss was like, all right, let's move him, because he's not going to complain. And so, because he never complained, so, he allowed this all to happen. And this is when the monologue comes in. And, he finally, realizes at this point of, of what he was doing, and of what, when he was not happy, he realizes he never complained, and he should have spoken up to his boss, he realizes. But so this is so this monologue is him telling his boss that he's quitting his job, and he's telling him everything that he wanted to tell him, and everything that he was unhappy with in his job. So without further ado, here is the monologue. Hope you guys enjoy.
I'm very busy now, Gilbert.
I have to talk to you, Mr. Poppin.
Later, Gilbert.
I have to talk to you now. Shepard, I'm leaving. I am not saying this because I am upset. Yes, I'm upset. Of course I'm upset. I'm very upset. You took my office away, and you gave me a depressing little room. It's not your fault. I allowed it to happen. The light fixture buzzes. There's a dull hum all day long. Well, you know, you wouldn't fix it for me no matter how many times I asked. It's okay. You reduced the staff, and you gave me enough work for 3 people to do, and if I didn't finish it, I got that speech about consolidating more time. Don't worry about it. It's not your problem. I sat there and I listened, didn't I? You deducted a half-day's salary because I was late. No problem. I allowed it to happen. You made me come to work at 6 in the morning. There was nothing to do at 6 in the morning. And I said to myself, Plotkin is enjoying doing this to me. But then I say, no. Rules are rules. The man is only doing his job. That's okay. A man has to do his job. You've been great. You really have. I wish you the best of luck. I'm not angry. I have no resentment to you. You've been great. But we are who we are. I am who I am. You are who you are. So go fuck yourself, Shepard. Thank you guys for watching this video, and have a great night.